Ever wonder if High Springs, Florida delivers on affordable, laid-back living without sacrificing convenience? In just a minute, I'm going to share with you up-to-date numbers on homes and cost of living. If you're thinking about a quieter life or a smart investment close to Gainesville, stay with me. You might be surprised. Let's kick this off with what everybody wants to know first. What do homes in High Springs, Florida actually cost in 2025? As of right now, the median home price in High Springs is around $338,000, and that's up 11% from last year. So this tells us one thing, that people are discovering this beautiful hidden gem just out of Gainesville and they're moving in. Now, what kind of home can you get for that price? Well, for around $330,000 to $350,000, you can get an adorable 3-bedroom, 2-bath, very close to the Springs. Some homes are new construction, while others had that great Florida historic charm. Think front porches and tree-lined streets. Now, if you're a first-time home buyer and you're wanting to stay underneath $300,000, you are not out of luck. There are many smaller homes, fixer-uppers, and some ranch-style homes. But heads up, you're gonna have to move quickly because they do go fast. Now here's where it gets interesting. Remember I told you the median home price is around $337,000? Well, that home listing price usually starts around $370,000. That means that there is room for negotiation depending on how long the home has sat on the market and its condition. And speaking of time on the market, homes on the market in High Springs, they're on around 35 days to about 45 days. Now that's actually quicker than a lot of other towns, showing that there is a strong demand for High Springs. Now let's compare this and let's take a look at nearby cities. So if you're wondering what that loud purring is, we have Bravo here. It's a foster kitten that we have, and Bravo is wide awake and deciding that they're going to be part of the video. But back to our video. Now let's look at Gainesville. The median home price in Gainesville is around $370,000, so just a bit up, but the vibe is completely different. In Gainesville, you're going to get more of that city feel, that college town vibe, so you're not going to have that peaceful small town lifestyle. Last year, I had some very happy buyers. They were able to find a 3-bedroom, 2-bath house with an above-ground pool and close to the spring so they could go on daily walks for underneath $300,000. I mean, like that was a really good deal. So if this is sounding like, hey, you know what? I'm very interested. This might be a place that I want to live. Then let's chat. I got a link in the description below, or scan the QR code and we can have a very quick chat. No pressure, just conversation. So bottom line, High Springs does have affordable living, especially if you're relocating from another city and you're wanting an affordable and bigger home. And with more buyers finding it every month, it might be now that you want to start your home search. So now that you found your perfect home in High Springs, now we're going to discuss what's it going to actually cost to live here. So let's talk about the internet, the utilities, and the groceries. I mean, that's the real stuff that is going to hit your bank account after you've unpacked all those boxes. First up, let's go over utilities. Your utilities are going to include your electric, your water, and your trash, and they're going to run you about $190 to about $200 per month. Now that's for a modest single-family home, but if you're somebody who likes to keep it really chilly in the house, then that's going to be a higher bill. Now, internet and cable. I get asked this all the time from people who work from home and stream like it is their job. Most homes here use either Cox or AT&T, and that bill will run you between $70 to $120 a month. But if you're uploading a lot of videos on Zoom calls, or you've got a teenager that never leaves YouTube alone, you're probably going to need to think about upping your speed, which is going to up your cost. Trust me, I know. Look, Bravo's back. So now let's hit the grocery store, and I do mean literally, because in a town like High Springs, grocery costs are actually quite reasonable. On average, you're going to be looking at grocery costs to be around $600 to $800, but now, if you've got growing kids, or let's say a boy with 3 friends that come over regularly, you are going to spend a lot more money. Now in High Springs, you're going to find like your local grocery store like Hitchcock's, but if you're looking for a larger store, they're going to be just around the corner in Gainesville, and there you're going to find like Publix, Trader Joe's, and Aldi's. They're all about 20-25 minutes away, but if you're a Costco fan, I am so sorry to disappoint you, we do not have one. Now let's talk about transportation, because here in High Springs, there really isn't any public transportation. So you are going to want a car if you live in High Springs. Now, if you don't have a car, then hopefully you live very close to a neighbor, because you're going to need to get to know them very well if you're going to want to ride. Most folks in High Springs, they drive. because everything is about 20-25 minutes away. And it's not a bad drive because it's actually quite beautiful. And the great thing is, there are no toll roads. There are really no traffic jams. And of course, because this is a small town, you are not going to have any kind of traffic like you would experience in Gainesville, Tampa, or Orlando. So what about the gas prices? Well, they're running around $3.47 right now on average. Of course, give or take a little bit depending on holidays and weekends. So if you're commuting into Gainesville each day, you are going to want to budget for that. Bottom line is, you are going to want a car when you're in High Springs. But don't worry, you're not going to be burning through gas like you would if you were in a major city. Here, driving is just part of the lifestyle, and because we've got so many back roads, it is really pretty. Now let's talk about something that is often overlooked until you need it, and that is healthcare. Now remember, High Springs is a small town, so you're not going to find major healthcare in High Springs. But don't worry, because Gainesville is only about 25 minutes away, where you're going to have North Florida Regional Medical Hospital and Shands Hospital. Now these are nationally ranked hospitals that are going to cover everything from routine care to specialties. Now, if you're needing something like a dentist or physical therapy or just even urgent care, High Springs does have a handful of local offices that are going to be able to handle your day-to-day needs. And the best news? Healthcare costs in High Springs is about 4% lower than the national average. Now for the fun stuff. I mean, literally the fun stuff. Let's talk about the amenities. You are not going to find golf courses or rooftop bars here, but that's the point, isn't it? What you will find are crystal clear springs. You're going to find state parks, charming shops, and seriously good food. If you love being outdoors, then High Springs is going to be your playground. We've got kayaking, we've got hiking. You can go to Jenny Springs or Poe Springs. And if you are up for cave diving, we've also got Devil's Den. Now don't underestimate the fun that you can have here. High Springs has local festivities, they've also got farmers markets, and yes, they even have live music festivals. High Springs is the kind of place that people actually know your name when you're at the coffee shop, and they wave at you when you're walking your dog. Let's dive into how convenient High Springs is when you need to travel. First up, the airport. You're about 25 to 30 minutes from Gainesville Regional Airport. It's an easy drive and there are no toll roads. So if you have to travel for work or you just want to get away for the weekend, it's surprisingly simple. Next, Interstate 75. If you're wanting to get to I-75, you're only about 15 minutes away and it's exit 399. So for whatever reason you want to travel or you need to travel, the interstate is within easy reach. Finally, the major employers. While High Springs itself is relatively small, your key industries like healthcare, technology, and education are only about 30 minutes away in Gainesville. This is where you're going to find the University of Florida, Shands Hospital, Santa Fe College, and the vet school. So whether you're driving for work or for study, you've got great, strong employment opportunities nearby. If you're starting to see yourself living here, or you're just a little curious about what it would be like, feel free to reach out. I'm happy to answer any questions, discuss the neighborhoods with you, and help you think through what the next steps would look like. No pressure, no pushy sales talk, just real advice from somebody who knows and loves the area. Now that we've talked numbers, let's answer the big question. Is High Springs right for you? If you're a first-time home buyer and you're looking for a lot of space without that Gainesville price tag, then High Springs might be the place for you. You're going to find properties with larger yards, a slower pace of life, and you're not going to be competing for that high-end zip code that you would in Gainesville. Now, if you're a professional or a commuter and you want to live someplace that is peaceful and you've got serenity after your day at work, well, Gainesville's only about 25 minutes away, so you can deal with the hustle and bustle over there, enjoy the drive home, and then relax once you get there. Now, if you're a family, starting a family, already have a family, or even downsizing a family, this is a great place to live. There are so many outdoor activities. Between the different parks and the different springs, you're going to be busy almost all year round. Now for my retirees and my semi-retirees, if you're downsizing or you just want a quieter pace of life where your neighbors actually know your name and say hello, you're probably going to like it here. And if healthcare is a top priority for you, you are going to love being close to Gainesville without having to be in Gainesville. So if you're looking for affordability, charm, and convenience, High Springs just might check all your boxes. And if you're still not sure, let's figure it out together. We can compare the neighborhoods, the school zones, and the investment opportunities, and help you make the right move for your life. Be sure to click on the link in the description below or scan the QR code. Whether you're moving in 2 months or 2 years, I will be here and happy to help you. Thanks, and I'll see you in the next video.